Good morning. Awesome job. You're joining in the morning routine. Really, really amazing. Great job. All right. I don't know if you prepared the evening before, a little bit of water, get your sports outfit, have a book with you, have a journal with you, and have a journal with you. I'm right now on DTube, uh, Facebook Live, and YouTube. But sorry, I'm fluffing around a little bit. I wanted to use this as a real recording, but I'm actually live. Okay, sorry. I find it still like a little bit difficult to go live, and actually, yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit. I find it very difficult to make the videos every morning and to go live every morning. Yesterday, because today I felt a little bit unstable and insecure, and um, I there was something that happened yesterday with a guy, and I was kind of like, I've been learning a lot basically, and this is kind of like this wasn't honoring my self love. And he's very nice, he's a very great guy, but he's not ready for the kind of interactions that I would like to have. I'm not really being treated like I'm treating myself actually. So if someone is not treating me like I'm treating myself, then I talked to him. It was really nice, and he said sorry, and that's all very good. Well, after that, something else started again, and I'm like, wow, this is too much work. I don't want to be surrounding myself with people that I kind of need to raise, who are to get like some, normal standards of dealing with each other. And I think in the society how we are raised, very often like. Guys go after women to go get sex or something like that, kind of feels like that, and which eventually they just want like a deep connection, right? I think, right? Like it doesn't have to necessarily have to be sex, but that's how we are told to that's the path, right? Sort of. Then you feel good, or I don't know. Then everything is good. Then you're appreciated when you have sex with someone because they did that. But I think very often after that, it comes this morning after that, you're like a little bit embarrassed for your behavior, and you're like, oh, I don't really know what to do with this person now. I don't really know how to connect with this person, or you get this a little bit like awkward situation, because you connected very deep, but you're actually not really ready for that in that relationship at that moment, right? So yeah, so you kind of go away. You feel actually even more miserable than you felt before. Like, well, I'm not necessarily, if it doesn't necessarily have to feel like super miserable, but like this yearning that you're having wasn't being answered by this one night stand, right? Or this connection that wasn't as deep as it could possibly be. And I'm not saying that all the connections need to be like profound, like all the time. No, but um, I think for me, everything starts with my connection with myself. Like, hey, do I feel good in this interaction or not? Do I feel honored? Do I feel better when I come out of it? Am I able, for me, am I able to become my best person? Is this connection supporting me with becoming my best person, becoming my most valuable person? Or is this connection distracting me from my best person, my biggest purpose, the biggest help I can be to the world? And I was noticing, because I was thinking about this guy a lot, because it was really nice to get this attention, and he's a really nice guy. He's good looking, it's a really cool guy. And so I was noticing, I was thinking about him a lot. But then he was sending like, oh, should we meet up this evening? And like barely getting back then and everything. So I was noticing I it was like leaking my energy a little bit, right? So then I have this tendency to go and obsess and go and think about that. And so yeah, I said that, like, because it's I don't think it's necessarily an insecurity or something like that to be wanting to invest in the person that you're with, right? Like to want to give that person the best. So you think about that. You think about like, how can I meet, how can I make our meeting as valuable and as amazing as possible, right? But if you meet up with that person, and if you know you put thought in that, how can you meet this? How can you make this meeting as amazing and valuable as possible? And if the person is then kind of flaky or this and that, you get like a little bit disappointed. You feel like you invested too much. So what you could probably better invest in, if someone hasn't proven to be worthy all that time and attention that you're putting in them, if someone hasn't proven that, you can better invest your time in yourself, you know, create how can you make your life more amazing, how can you make your life more beautiful, right? So that is what that's what I've been realizing since I've like discovered self-love. Because self-love, it's this like, it's this thing that people are like, oh, you need to have more self-love, and then it's like, yeah, well, like, so what do I do? So that's why I kind of wanted to share this example with you, how self-love expressed itself into me interacting with this, you know, really awesome guy, but who's not in a stage in his life right now to be to be investing in a woman as well, right? And I'm sure, and I think a lot of guys, like, I'm sure if he gets to that stage, he will be an amazing partner, you know, because he was, you know, could communicate with them. He realized it, and yeah, but he still had his. He was still like a little bit spinning around in his needs, right? And was not respecting my needs in that, and which is okay, you know, he has his needs, and maybe so for this moment it's probably better for him to find someone that matches with his needs at this moment, right? Like, and that is not me. Like, I do not get this fulfillment anymore from I got a notification from, okay, I need this, don't need this fulfillment anymore from him, from a guy like that. I rather I know, because the thing is, like, if you're doing stuff that is hard for you, and I'm doing stuff at this moment that is hard for me, right? I quit my company, I left my country. There's a lot of instability, and in all that instability, how do you create stability for yourself, and that you keep going towards your goal, all out of yourself. You know, there's no family pushing you or holding you back. You know, there's no society pushing you or holding you back. It's all your initiative, and the only fight you're having right now, it's with yourself, right? It's like, how do I get up and go do it again today? How do I do it right? Like, how do I get the most out of my life? Because I think we all have this like fire inside of us burning, thinking like that there's more to this, right? Like, what is it that I'm not seeing yet? What is it that I'm not living at? Like, is there more fulfillment or not? And yeah, so there's all these like little scary steps or big scary steps that you need to take to get further, and it is whatever is your mechanism to step away from the scary steps. That is what is very interesting, because I tend to, what is your addiction? You know, where do you run to instead of doing what you said you were going to be doing? That's addiction. Addiction is running. Where do you run to? Yeah, where do you run to? What are you going to do the thing instead of what you want to be doing, right? Like, instead of the thing you agreed with yourself, because your agreement with yourself is the most important, right? That's where it starts. If you cannot be loyal to yourself, you always have this little disappointed feeling in yourself, right? So I think that is what self-love is. It's really feeling in yourself that you're important, and you have your goals, you know what you want, you know, because you want to get like a fit body, you want to be happy, you know, you want to do all, you want to cater everything to yourself so you can be as happy as possible, as overflowing and positive as possible, so you can share that with the world, right? You want to be so full and so happy that you're overflowing, and that is very difficult if you're hungry, if your body's not working, if you are, you know, in a bad relationship, if, you know, all these things make it like much harder to take good care of yourself, because all these things like suck energy at all the things, right? At all the sites. So but you let it suck energy as well, because at one point when you decide like, okay, but this is not how I want to be treating myself, so this is actually not how I want to be treated by other people or other companies for that matter, then there's this point that is just not good enough, right? And then you'll start making different decisions. One of them, this is like this hot topic, right? Like eating meat or vegan. Like people are like once of a sudden all becoming vegan because they're all starting to understand like, well, there's health reasons, although people argue about that all the time as well. You know, diet wise, people understand and argue about like a lot of stuff, but like becoming vegan. Okay, for a lot of people, there's this anger underneath it, right? There's these like angry vegans, and you don't really want to start talking about veganism because you get all these, you know, these opinions from people, and then you feel a little bit bad in yourself if you're not vegan. So you don't really want to go talk about it. You don't really want to go think about it. But at one point, when you're setting standards for yourself that you don't want to be lying to yourself anymore, which is a sign of self-love, right? You don't like, if you love yourself, you're not going to be lying to yourself, right? So at one point, if you start researching maybe animals, or if you really start thinking about like, it all becomes like a little weird, right? It's like almost like, I've asked a friend of mine who is eating meat, and I was like, because he's a pretty conscious person. It's like, how do you do it? You know, how do you do it? Can you feel good when you're eating that, when you know that that's like an animal that didn't want to die? If it would have been your dog, you know, you would have been like, oh my god, like how can you be okay with it just because it's other person's animal, and they killed it, and you know they prepared it, whatever. So you didn't have to like face that, you know, you didn't have to become that warrior that you need to be in order to actually deserve. Uh, yeah, if you do that, like I don't know, you know, if I see like native people from that you know there was nothing else to eat, and they got together as a group, and they, you know, they prayed, and they killed an animal, and they thanked it, and they respected it, and they were grateful, and they were, you know, I can see that as like, okay, you know, this was a battle for life of that of either of them, right? Like it's in the animal kingdom, but this whole like meat industry thing, that's just not the case, you know. It is not a battle of life and death. Oh, there's actually someone listening here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the morning routine, but I'm talking about all kinds of stuff now. Anyway, so that is self-love. It's, I think, starting to get standards for yourself, and then align your world around it with like how you can do best, and then share that gift, share your experiences, because you're, you know, self-love is not just for you. It's like, it's for everyone. But if you do not have self-love, you're not spreading self-love, right? So you don't allow, if you love yourself, you allow people around them to love yourself, to love themselves, because you're not taking anything from them. You're not like trying to get your opinion into them. You're not, you know, you're just like happy by yourself, and you're just sharing, right? You're not like preaching, or you know, you're respecting people. So anyway, I got very distracted with my whole self-love talk. But let's do the morning routine, because for me that is where it starts, because every morning it's hard to get up for me, and every morning it's difficult to get my thoughts sorted, like what is it that I'm doing here in the world, like how do I want to show up, what energy do I want to have, what is my goals for this day, like how you know, how do I do this, like it's not easy, right? And for that I need like meditation, I need journaling, and I need to do a little bit of singing, you know, to get like cheerful, and I need my 5 minute journal, the gratitude journal, right? Like I need these things to be able to come into a space of gratitude and service, and yeah, that I can make my day the best day possible. So that's, and I find it very difficult to do these morning routines every day. So today, like I want to do them every day in the morning at 7 o'clock. Today, resistance comes in so many ways. Resistance to achieve your greatness comes in so many ways. Like I'm not even kidding. becoming nauseous, becoming sick is actually can be a resistance to you achieving your biggest thing, because you're like, oh no, I cannot do it, like I'm sick, I'm not gonna, achieve my highest self today. I was seriously feeling nauseous. I'm like still feeling nauseous, I'm like feeling nauseous before I'm doing these live videos, because I think it's so scary, right? And so I'm doing this in the morning. I want to put these standards for myself. I'm doing this in the morning, and then I share with you guys, like, hey, this is what it takes to be living your greatest life, right? Like stepping up and do this morning routine, set your intentions, be grateful, have high energy. So when you filled up yourself in the morning, you can share yourself more fully and more aware with the world. And what happens then, because it's all worth it, right? What happens then is that the world becomes magic. Things start happening that you were wishing for in the morning. Like the world is like, okay, this is your agenda for the day. Okay, great, we'll cater that to you. Is this what you would like? Oh, would you like it a little bit different? Okay, we'll give it to you in that way. I'm not saying that all lessons come in an easy way, right? Like I said yesterday with the guy, I had this little test. It was a really, really amazing guy. But I was noticing I was drowning in that already. It's this little test. I know it's a guy who's not sorted to the level mentally in himself, to the level that I would want a guy to be sorted at the moment. Because I want him to match me. I don't want to drag him out of the gutter, right? So I see it in his values. You can see it in someone's values. Are they having a morning routine? Are they taking care of themselves? Are they, what food are they eating? How are they treating people that are, not like useful for them, right? You see it in people's values, because it's not easy to be like that, but it's a choice. It's a choice to always to try to be kind and try to be conscious and try to be going forward and all that kind of thing, right? So I saw it in his values that he was not. I felt like you cannot be mentally sorted out if these are the habits you're displaying, right? Like success leaves traces. Success leaves traces, right? It's pretty obvious, right? Not saying that all people that are seen successful in our society as it is are like, great people, because you cannot be conscious. Well, you can, but you need to learn to become conscious in a lot of areas, right? And very often, I think if people are confined by finances and they think that is their limit, like finance, like, oh, can I do it because I don't have money, or da, da, da. Like if they're stuck in that mindset, like, okay, get your finances sorted, let that be the first thing. So I did that, and I managed to come on this level of financial freedom, right? So I don't really have to work for money, but eventually I'll have to do it again, right? But like I rented houses, I sold a company, and I have like other little things like coming in, but that is like financial freedom. So then you'll be like, oh, I don't have to stress about that anymore, right? And then you can actually look around again and be like, okay, so what is that was actually missing? And then I was like, oh my god, I've been missing to take care of my body, I've been missing to take care of my mindset. So what I learned from this financial freedom is actually that success, you need to cover every area in life. It's because you have, relationship, you have your health, you have your finance, obviously, right? You have your mental health, like your mood and all that kind of thing. Like if you cannot deal with your mood, if you cannot get yourself out of a downward spiral, you can be as happy and as great in your beautiful house wherever you are, but your life is manifesting dirtiness. It won't be possible to have a great, fulfilling life. So it starts with self-love, and it starts with, I think, with morning routine. And I think it starts with like setting goals for yourself. Like, what are all these areas in your life that you have, and how do you set goals for that? And when you have your goals, because you made this agreement with yourself, like, hey, this is what I really want to do. And it's not like set goals and then you like leave them alone. It's like, no, you revise them every month. You look at it like, hey, am I still doing well? And you split them up in weeks. You're like, hey, am I still going towards that? Because the thing is, you will come across resistance on every corner in yourself until you learn how to work with that better and better and better, right? I think that's the art. It's to learn to work with your resistance, and to learn to appreciate change, and to learn to see where is it in my resistance that I need to fine tune something. Because resistance is nothing more than your body just saying, your feeling just saying like, hey, you got it like a little bit wrong, right? Like you're almost there, but you need to go. There's something more you need to figure out there. That's all that resistance is, and in order to feel it, you have to be honest to yourself and be honest. Like, okay, I care about myself. I listen to my feelings. Okay, I have some resistance. Is this that I'm trying to sabotage myself, or is this that I'm actually need to steer something? You need to like learn to work with that for yourself. And very often it's useful if you talk to someone else about that, because your goals of course can adjust, right? Like that is okay. Your goals can adjust, but like you're the biggest trickster of yourself. And then you have these little, like, oh no, I didn't want that anyway, but you did want it. You just maybe didn't have the best strategy to get there, right? So that's such a shame. But other people, there's like a lot of other people, and maybe they already figured out the best strategy to get there. Like you can, like nowadays you can do so much and you can learn so much, and like everything is just available. You have the internet. You can Google. You can figure out. You can do anything you want to do. Like, be aware of this. That is why this time is so special, because at this moment you can do anything in your life you want to do. So what is it that you want to do, right? And that's the tough part, I think, very often. It's like, oh my god, so what do I want to do? And you start like writing and never publish a book or something like that. And that's why it's, I think, very good to have someone to be accountable to, or build yourself in this accountability things, and also reflect and journal, and really journal and feel what how am I keeping myself small at this moment, and how, but and this is also a very, very important thing, because I think very often we punish ourselves all the time, right? Like, oh, I didn't do it, this and doing that. And I caught myself yesterday, because that becomes interesting when you start to catch yourself and your limiting beliefs, right? I caught myself yesterday and I was like, oh, I didn't do enough this, I didn't do enough that. And then I was like, no, no, no. What did I improve today that I didn't do the day before? How how was I a better person today that I wasn't like the day before? How did I show up in the world bigger that I didn't do the day before, right? And then I was like, oh my god, well I did well I didn't like succeed in all the goals I set for myself for that day, and I felt like a little bit bad about it. I was a little bit stuck in that, right? But then it was like, oh well, actually I did really good things today, because I had a conversation with this guy about, like, being vulnerable about why he was hurting me, and that was very difficult for me. It was really like, wow, and I did it, and it was really nice and it was good, and I was very proud of myself, and I worked out, and I did it, and I had a conversation with my personal trainer. I hired a personal trainer because I I don't seem to be able to get this whole getting myself in shape sorted by myself, right? So I hired a personal trainer, dietitian couple, to help me, to show me the best practice, like how how do I do this? How do I do this the most efficient, best way? Because I've been trying it for 37 years. I haven't found the perfect formula. Please help me, because you look great. You're like doing it. Um, so that's why I hired them. So, but I had a conversation with them because there was something not going really like how I wanted it. Well, how actually was promised to me, and I felt really bad about that. So I brought that up as well. So I'm like, wow, I did really good today. I had two very difficult conversations today, and both people agreed and said sorry, and that makes me feel really good. You know what I was thinking, and maybe you can use that as well. It's like, how would people treat Oprah Winfrey? And obviously, I'm not Oprah Winfrey, right? Like, but like, I don't think she takes a lot of shit from a lot of people, right? And she's still very humble, but she set standards for herself. Like, she's not going to be dealing with flaky people that are, not showing up, or she can interact with other people, and that's the abundance you have as well. You don't need to choose to spend your life with people that are sucking your energy, or you don't need to be keep giving, like, unless you're full yourself. It's like, it needs to be effortlessly, it needs to be beautiful, it needs to be, and you reflect that anyway. this going on pretty long. There's actually still someone listening, so that's why I guess why I keep talking. I don't know if you can put like messages or something like that. I don't know really how that works because it's on Facebook. No, on YouTube. Oh, yeah, I don't. Oh, that's the thing. Like on YouTube Live, because I put it on my phone, I cannot see the comments you're putting there, and I really want to see the comments that people are putting there. So I bought this extra camera, actually two extra cameras, and I'm not able to do YouTube Live on that, so I'm working on that. I need to return that like little camera thing today because I really want to interact with you guys. You know, I would be so interested in hearing what you got to say, right? So if you put a comment now, I see it at the end of the thing. I cannot monitor it right now. So if you put a comment now, like it would be my honor, you know, and yeah, really, I would be so happy because because then I know I'm being of service in a way, you know, because I'm stepping up and I'm doing the things that I'm very scared of, and I'm doing that because I hope I can be a contribution in other people's lives, right? And I am with the people around me very often. You know, I got a message this morning. It's like, oh, what did she say was really nice? Oh, it was really amazing to meet someone with so much positive energy and that she really enjoys being with me. And I hear a lot of people saying like that I'm really inspiring, that I'm really helping them to, you know, that actually regain confidence in humanity. I had a friend like who's a really big YouTuber, and he said that to me. He's like, "Wow, you gave me confidence back in humanity," and I think that is an amazing gift. So, if I can help with that, you know, please help me help with that because I also have to keep going, and I also keep trying, and I need to know that I'm doing that in the best way possible. And if this is not the best way I could be doing that, I should be spending my time in finding out a different way how I can do that better. So yeah, please give me feedback, please give me comment, because the last thing I want to be doing is I don't want to be sucking your energy. I don't want to be sucking your time. I want to be giving you energy. I want to be giving you time. I want to be giving you the confidence and the power to that you can do it, you know, that you can live this life, that you can live your dream life, and that you can, you know, because I know it's true, you know, you can live every life possible, but it's just that we have all these resistance, right? So I would love to help you with dealing with this resistance. All right, so without further ado, the morning routine. All right, okay, great. Like, so it's really late, it's like 10:20, and I'm doing the morning routine now. So this is okay, so this is my morning routine that I developed for myself to be able to go into like a high energy every day. And I was being busy with sabotaging myself very often, and then it took like 4 hours to do the morning routine, and all this kind of stuff was happening, and then I was brushing my hair, and then I got lost. So I felt like, okay, I need to make the morning routine compact and good so I can do it in like half an hour, you know, so you can start your day and be as efficient as possible, but you already got your morning routine sorted. So that's what I was like, okay, so this is the basis of my self-love, how I maintain self-love every day, because every day you need to love yourself again, and you need to get over yourself again, and need to honor yourself again, right? So that's why I came up, that's why I developed this morning routine. And if I will probably be changing a little bit here and there, if you guys say like, hey, this is working for me, this is not working for me, please, you know, let me know, obviously. But okay, so so now I'm gonna do it. I don't know. There's the people that there's someone watching. Like, yeah. I don't know if you actually wanted to listen to the talking or if they actually want to be doing a morning routine here. But we're gonna start the morning routine now. And if it's morning for you, awesome. You know, join. Otherwise, if you haven't done the morning routine yet, you can still join because it's all like journaling and it's good stuff. It's meditation, so it's always useful anytime during the day. But it's also, you can see it now, and you can see, hey, is this something you would be interested in implementing for your own life? Maybe not this morning routine, maybe you make your own morning routine, or maybe you can join us on more videos, right? That would be super awesome. Or if you know friends that can use a little bit more sorting out in their life, like, yeah, invite them, be happy. All right, okay, so it starts. It's 30 minutes. It's like timed, you know, everything's timed. You hear like a little jingle thingy when it's time for the next thing, and I'll take you through all of that. So we're just gonna do it together in real time, right? So I'm doing my morning routine. So that's why I left my bed unmade. Yes, because that is the first Oh, start it all together. That's the first thing. Make your bed. You got 1 minute. Okay, I got it made. This is like, it's one of these things with 9 seconds. How you do one thing is how you do everything. You know, that is how you can see the values with a person. Like, if they're leaving everything messy, if their house is a big mess, that's how they do everything. All right, 1 minute of jumping jacks. One person that's there, please join. You know, don't make me do this by myself. Halfway. Twenty seconds. Okay. 5. Almost 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Wim Hof breathing. Really, really look into it. It's super awesome. I'm gonna put on like really the first basic exercise for him. It's on his website.
About it? What's your sensation? Please leave the comment below.
Alright, just follow Wim Hof.
Deeply in and let go. Deeply in, let go. Once again, deep in. Make
It's
it
like
circle.
breathe deep in and like automatically exhale. It's nothing difficult.
Feel lightness, luminous in the body, lightness in the head, tingling in your fingers. Make it effective. We have to get rid of the CO2 in the body. That will enrich the oxygenation, that will enrich the O2, the oxygen within the body. And we need the oxygen in this exercise. This exercise consists of 30 breaths. Fully in, let go. Fully in, let go. Some people will do it by the mouth. Some people will do it by the nose. Who cares? Just do it. CO2 reduction is what we want, is what we aim for. Thus, O2 or oxygen will be enriched in all the body, and we will consume that O2, that enriched O2, the oxygen, by doing push-ups without breathing. She will show that she is able, she told me, she could do like 10 push-ups. Let us see how many push-ups she is going to do without breathing.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay, 5 more.
5 more breaths, and then we all do push-ups.
She is focused, as you can see, and that's what we need to release the right hormones which make you stronger. Dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline. And it's all concentrated by the mind. You can control this hormone. And there she goes.
Okay. Push-ups.
10. Without breathing. 20. Wow, look at her. 22. Okay, thank you very much, Manon.
All right,
Great
next
exercise.
thing.
Beautiful.
I actually did so much better than yesterday. That's amazing. All right, meditation. Sit down and meditate. And we're only doing 4.5 minutes because people are very intimidated very after my meditation. But it's not a big thing, and it's like a major influence. So just sit down if you've never done it before. Just sit down. You can be on a chair or like with crossed legs, whatever you want, and feel the breathing. Just notice the breathing in your nose. So just be still and just put your attention on the breath going in and outside. There you go. So meditation is done. Now it's read a book for 2 minutes. Currently I'm reading Course in Miracles. I'm not going to read it out loud because it sounds really annoying for you guys. So just take any book you like and just read 2 minutes. Alright, read the book done. There we have the 5-minute journal. If you don't have the 5-minute journal, I have this, I love it. Links are below if you're interested in ordering one. It's affiliate links, I'm warning you. I'll probably get 10 cents or 5 cents or no money, I don't know. Never tried that, it's new for me. But what it does, it's really changed my life. It's basically 3 questions. So 3 things you're grateful for, what would make today great, and daily affirmations, I am. So you can also do it in your own little booklet or whatever you have to write. Yeah, so 3 things you're grateful for. Next 3 things is what would make today great. I'm already finished. So keep writing. What will make today great, and daily affirmations. I'll just share mine. Maybe that gives a little bit of inspiration. I'm very grateful for you watching this. Very, very humbled. Very grateful. Thank you so much for sharing this moment in time. Although I don't see you, hopefully we can change that in the future. I'm grateful for the guy I met yesterday, for all the lessons in myself that it has given me. And I'm also like all this resistance, all this like former like addiction that was still like popping up, right? And also I'm grateful for myself for showing up this morning, even though it was late. I am doing it now, and there was just a little bit more that I had to investigate before I could really show myself to you. Yeah, and I'm grateful for my health and being in Thailand and being welcomed by these awesome Thai people. Yeah, all right. That's the 5-minute journal. Okay. Oh, now I see. The other one wasn't ringing. Okay, now I see. Daily planner. So, what is your? I have a booklet for that. What is your 3 most important things you're going to be doing today? Your 3 most important things you're going to be doing today in your work or whatever. I think actually those kind of look like what would make today great. I'll look at this and see. Yeah, that was the 5-minute planner. I'll look at this, maybe I can make it a little bit better. But what are the 3 most important things you can do today? And have a look through your agenda and see what is happening. But first, the 3 major things. And these are really things that you think like, if I'd done this, wow, my day is already perfect. My day is pretty awesome already. And one of those things for me is always doing this video in the morning, doing the morning routine video in the morning. Because if I'd done that, wow, that's already a good start in my contribution to the world, right? For me, it's just a little inspiration. Like I'm doing this workout program, this 3-month things. I have this personal trainer, dietitian, everything. And this has been my 2nd week, but I haven't taken the photos yet, the like before and after photos, so I'll make before. Like, I'm really dreading it. I really am camera shy. It's weird, right? I'm here, right? But okay. Oh my god, I really don't want that. Another one is edit this video and make it like a basic morning routine video so people can just see it in 30 minutes, so they don't have to go through the whole beginning part if they don't want to. So it can be like a default one. So if people, yeah. Anyway. And then there's something else, that's it. And then after you've done your 3 major things, have a look at your calendar and what is going on there. What's important with looking at your calendar is like, okay, how is your day running? Is this gonna work? Should you be changing things with people? Are you, is everything set up so you can have a smooth day? Do you need to take some things so you can already put them in your bag, so you won't be losing. You'll have all these things that you need to have for all your appointments. So it's like. And Tim Ferris has this great thing. He says, what if this would be easy? So look at your life and look at today and think like, okay, what if I would do this and it would be easy? So I don't have a whole lot in my calendar today, but I want to make this video, so I'll plan that in. have this like weekly booklet. I'm just showing all this stuff now, but I don't normally do that. I have the weekly booklet, and that also sets the goals for this week. So I can look back on that, and I can be like, okay, what? Oh yeah, I finished this for the week. That's great, you know. Setting up daily broadcasting. I'm doing that. That's great. It's not totally done yet, but like, am I doing the things that are leading me where I want to go in the longer term, right? So I have my year goals. I've taped a video on that. I'll post that on my I'll make that one of my goals today. Goal video. I'm not sure if I'm going to be finishing that today because it's a big one. But so you have your year goals. You know, first it started with me. What is the vision for your life? You know, who do you want to be when you are old? Like, who do you want to be? Okay, how do I become that person now already? And what do I need to do to get there, right? So that got me into all these, like, okay, I want my body to be like this. I want my relationship to be like this. I want to have my housing situation like this. I want to have my travel. So I had all these things, and then it's like, okay, so what can I do? What is the best strategy I can see with people, you know, like Ferris and all the people he's been interviewing? What are the best strategies to get there? And then I'm, you know, learning from them, listening to them, and then I create my own strategies to get there. And if I cannot figure it out, I'll get a coach. All right, sing a song. It's sing a song time. It's one of my fears. Like 4 months ago, I didn't dare to sing, like literally. And now I'm taking singing classes. Not because I'm a good singer, you'll hear in one moment, but because I think it's so out of the comfort zone and it's helping you to express your voice already early in the morning. So now we're gonna sing. So this is why this exercise is here. Sorry, it's Amy Winehouse. The lyrics, I should have posted that later. You can Google it. I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you do. And in my head, I paint a picture. But since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? So embarrassed. Valerie. You have to go to jail. Put your house up on for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch it then. Hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? Did you have to pay that fine? That you were dodging all the time. Are you still busy? So clearly, I'm not a great singer, right? But you know, if I'm embarrassed myself, you can embarrass yourself. So I just want to show that even if you're not good at something, you can still do it, and you just grow better at it over time, right? No one was born amazing at everything because we just born shitting. So we need to practice everything. All right, so quote of the day. There we go. Oh, that's the awesome thing about the 5-minute journal as well. They have these quotes every day, which I really love. So the quote is, at the end of the game, the king and the pawn go back in the same box. I like that. I like that a lot. That's actually what I was referring to with this success. You know, what is success? You can think like, oh, that rich person, you know, they're so successful and I'm unsuccessful, but it's all the same. It's just whatever choice you want to be making is whatever your program is, you know, whatever game you're playing. So yeah, at the end of the game, the king and pawn go in the same box. Like everyone dies the same way. Everyone just gets burned, you know. It doesn't, like some people, their burning stash is bit bigger than others. But I'm looking for a pen. I don't know why. All right. Yes. Intention of the day. I'll also be changing that one, so I'll put that in my thing. Intention of the day. So it's like actually intention of the base. There's like how do you want to show up today? And I think we already sort of covered that in the 5 minute journal. So I will use that minute for something more useful. But for now, if you can put in the comments what are you grateful for, because I think gratitude is like the bridge to everything, right? So for me at least, I wanted to get it tattooed on my wrist, but I have like a little skin problem, so I didn't want to do that. But and that's my excuse, right? But I'll get to it one day. But if okay, so if you have sorry, I'm like blabbing. Um, can you put in the comments or in your own booklet like what are you grateful for today? You know, what are you grateful for? It would be I would just be really super happy to read that. And yeah, well, this is the end of the 30-minute morning routine, and I hope it helped you with at least or you know maybe it's been like a beginning so you can form your own morning routine. So because I think 30 minute this morning routine is really like a basis. Myself, I like to meditate a bit more. I like to journal more. This is too short for me, so this is like a starter of a morning routine, and my ideal morning routine would be like an hour, but I think it's very intimidating already for a lot of people to see a 30-minute morning routine. So I was like, oh, and for me as well to do like a 30-minute video every morning with a morning routine. So I'm practicing this, but I would prefer, this is like for beginners, I would prefer to go to our morning routine where there's really like a little bit of time to journal with yourself and really go a little bit deeper. So if you develop your own morning routine, I can really recommend that to journal and to meditate a bit longer. And this is like the starter level, right? So this is the beginner's morning routine. But I really hope it helped you and it served you and it got you, you know, whatever you were looking for in the moment. And if all you got today was like happy, positive energy to start your day or to be halfway your day, that's already amazing, right? Because it's not always easy to be there, to show up and to stay positive. And if you can feed off this energy, if I can help you a little bit with a little bit of positive energy with that, I'm like super happy to do that at this moment. All right, well, if you like this, please like or subscribe or leave a comment. I would be, you know, like I told you before, like super grateful. I know there's like other people that came into the Facebook Live. I do this 5 days a week, so Monday to Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning in Thai time. If you're in the Netherlands, you're 5 hours later, but you can watch. You're not live then, but you can watch the morning routine after that. I'm gonna make one morning routine, which is like 30 minutes. You know, you can always do that, and because sometimes I work through something and I kind of want to share it. So I'll think about it this weekend how I can make like a good balance in that between like a sharing and having you have just a sec morning routine, right? All right, so and that's always like these choices, right? So it would be actually, yeah, maybe you can let me know. Would you like me to just have like the sec morning routine, or would you also do you enjoy the sharings or the teachings, what I've been teaching myself basically? Yeah, that would be awesome if you could let me know that, if that's of any value, because I would just like to give you what is the most value for you, right? So basically I want to start off with giving just this 30-minute morning routine. So if you catch on this, if you start on this live and you see me blabbing, you're like, no, don't have time for that, Suzanne, thank you very much, but no, cannot handle that right now. Then you can just do the 30-minute, that's already like standard in there, and you can leave that for a little bit. All right. Oh, there's 3 people. Oh my god, so thank you, 3 people. Okay. Yeah. So see you again Monday morning at 7 o'clock with your morning routine. Don't forget to prepare your book for your 2-minute reading, your little journal that you're using. If you use a 5-minute journal, awesome. If you're not, like, then use whatever you want to do. And for today, for Friday, one of my things is do my weekly evaluation. So every week I do, I look at like, hey, what are my goals? What do I want to be doing next week? What is the best use of my time, right? So today I'll be doing my weekly evaluation, and if you're interested in that, can also make a video about that, so you don't lose track of your goals, so you don't get that disappointment in yourself that you lost your goals, right? So I can do a video about that later if you're interested, but let me know. Today I'm going to be editing also the video about my year goals, and so I'll put that online as well probably this weekend. And yeah. If you have any goals or things that you are trying to do, leave in the comments. I'm happy to hear it. And one of my goals is get this live streaming actually functional and working that I can actually see people's comments while we're watching it. So I'm working on that as well. All right, I don't want to keep you any longer because like I want you to live your own life and I want you to have like your own most amazing life. So I really, really wish you an amazing day and to prepare for the amazing weekend.